do it as good as they're doing. Just a little bit of talk about joints. Can I use you, Sensei? Danilo? You can actually sit next to a partner. This is just a little bit about joints and joint safety. Most of the time, when we're taking somebody towards a pin, we're stretching the ligaments in the joint capsules, and it goes from being loose, like relaxed. This part, I'm not doing anything. This part is range of motion, not doing anything. As I get to the end of the range of motion, and I can feel that get tight, I'm stretching those ligaments in the joint capsule. Maybe some tendons too. Okay? And as I get closer to that tightness is where the potential for injury goes up. So when I'm throwing him, I have to have a lot of control and awareness. This part, I can and do nothing. As I get the joint, the slack out is the term we usually use. As I get the slack out, then I can feel that I have to have more control, right? More and more control. So the wrists are like that. Joint capsule, right? Again, in this position, get to the end of the range of motion, take more slack out. I can feel it get taut. And when it's taut, I have to be really controlled. I can't lose my balance into this throw. If I lean my weight and lose my balance, his wrist can come apart. The general truth about joints, the more mobile they are, the less stable they are. Okay? The more stable they are, the less mobile they are. The most mobile joint in the body is the shoulder. Right? It does all this stuff. Hopefully.
This one still does.
So it takes longer to get to the place where the slack is out. Like in Shidoin, I have to really get a lot of range of motion to get the slack. Because it's more mobile, it's less stable. And if I'm doing Shidoin and I lose my balance and stay down, I can hurt it. So all the joints, as you get close to the end of the range of motion, Nage really has to control their weight. Control the weight shifts. All right, here, and I'm pinning him. Okay, let's take care of this. And I'm pinning him, and I want to come down to the ground, and I use him. Other joints I want to talk about. So mostly the joints we compress are joint capsule. The difference in the elbow, when we go to straighten the elbow, is bone runs into bone. You notice the feeling when your elbow gets, it's a special thing, right? So the elbow bone, the point that sticks out, when you straighten it, it runs into the humerus, the upper bone. So bone into bone, that's a hardened feel. Once you get to that, you don't have any more squish. You have to be really super cautious with this kind of vibe, this kind of feeling. Does that make sense? And you know that feeling, like if you straighten your arm, you can feel it go at the end. When you bend your arm, this is all squishy. This is all squishy. You got a lot of range of motion. But this is like, oh, stop. This is tap, 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 tap. Okay? It's good to have a little anatomical knowledge to help make it safer for you, for your partners especially. And with kids, their bones haven't turned all the way to bone. So we have to be extra, extra, extra careful with kids because they still have cartilage at the end of their bones. And we don't want to hurt the kids. We want them to grow up to be Shihan, right? Stand up, please. and he's going to grab me Yakuman. Okay, this foot forward. Good. So I'm going to extend his elbow on purpose. I'm going to turn my palm down and bring my wrist. That eventually is going to make him go up on his tippy toes. Okay? If it hurts, I want you to tap while you're standing. Okay? You can totally tap here. If your hand's wrapped up for some reason, you can go tap, 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 stop. Okay? And actually, you want to tap before pain, right before pain. Like, tap. Okay? Maybe some movement. Okay? Just do that. The elbow extension, getting ready for Hamni Handashi Shidoin. And that is when I blow it, I'm going to blow it on purpose because that's the only time I ever. And the kai chi happens here when the hands get behind the ears. I absolutely love the kai chi on that side. Tap! Tap! Okay? If you don't bend very far that way, tap with your hands are up. Okay, so go ahead as uke, nage, and intentionally get to know what that feels like. Do it on, make the mistake on purpose. So uke can feel what it feels like, and nage feels what it feels like to blow it. And eventually you'll be able to make that choice to not blow it when you're not. Okay? So uke's given the middle split. Across the body. It's back. Right, if I go right in this direction, this is the direction of the stance. And I'm going to just make this front foot out. So I'm going to stretch it away from it. Sliding it, sliding it, sliding it. I don't want to push straight down into his stance. I'm going to take this shoulder and lead it back. I keep doing the same side. Play with that, right? Explore that.